Random weird face. Not that my normal face isn't already weird. Hey, Scapegoat. Hey, Nova. Hilarious. The two people chatting, and the second one doesn't even get the badge. That's just funny to me. Hey, Jenna. Hey, Ren. Hey, Mary. What do you do when you have intrusive thoughts? I mean, I always do. Hey, Erica. Funnily enough, we did actually order Philos. I was at my mom's. Did go over to my mom's place, but we did actually get Philos for dinner. Hey, Pickle Face. I actually first suggested this Asian place, something Wok. Yeah, he's just a cat in the closet of the mind. So yes, I went to my mom's and we ordered Philos. Jamaican or Caribbean food? I have not had either. On an amusing note, main reason that I went over to my mom's, she needed help with, hey, Paw Patrol, with train tickets. Basically, she wants me to get she wants me to download the train tickets onto my phone, so that I can then go to Staples and print them off for her. Hey, Sunshine Granny. We do have a comic book store, Fantasy Realm. Really good store, actually. The guy who runs it is really good. Really nice guy, and he is he does very good at remembering people. What was my mom? She's in her 70s. But yeah. So yeah, she wants me to go print off the train tickets for her. She forgot her Via Rail password. She wasn't getting the password reset emails. Hey, Uncle Buck. And then she tried to call Via Rail for help resetting the password, but the wait was long enough that she just got fed up and decided that she'd do it all tomorrow instead. So one of the main reasons I went over there ended up not being possible. She did also need some help with sending some banking documents to Ontario Housing. What's the password and email address with which she registered? Hey, Cecil. I did see the cat. I mean, if we knew the password, she wouldn't have had to reset it. What shirt are you wearing? It's Mononoke. It's my Princess Mononoke t-shirt. Love the style. I like stylized t-shirts. Like, I do really like a good stylized t-shirt. Can I get on disability? Probably not. It'd take a long time, and the pay would be low. Like, that was a poke person? No. and like it pays so little that it kind of doesn't feel like it'd be worth it. I probably should look into disability while I'm still unemployed. Be at least something while I'm waiting to get a job. Is it normal? I prefer to text, no phone calls. I mean, that is very normal, Nova. Back, front. I mean, there's nothing on the back of my t-shirt. Just in the front of my t-shirt is Princess Mononoke. Look for new comic creators. Sort of. I don't. Your title? Oh, really? I never remember what I title my streams. Hey, Buttercup. Why did you have to go live at the exact same time as Amberlyn? Because I don't care when Amberlyn goes live. But yeah, for comic creators, less than I'd like to be honest. Hey, Ren. I still use he, him pronouns. Yeah, hey, Killface. Yeah, for looking for new comic creators, I don't really have a lot of. I don't really have a lot of disposable income. Ramona is not my chosen name now, so I'm not really able to get comics very often. I'd say whenever I do get new comic, I mean, there's certain comic creators that like, yeah. Oh, they have something out. Yeah, I'll check that out. Hey, Terry. And I've got a wish list on. What do you pick, Ramona? I didn't pickle face. Chantel picked that one for. She needed a name for a character in a skit she was doing, and that was the name that she chose for the friend character in her skit. Yes, there are other creators that I do really want to check out. There are newer characters that I do really want to check. New creators that I really want to check out. Hey, Elf. Unfortunately, I am kind of drawing a blank at the moment. But definitely plenty of creators that I would love to explore. But Melissa Gold is here and we'll make another dramatic reading of chat. Apparently, YouTube is doing a new thing where they'll have like AI generated summaries of chat. I very deliberately unchecked that box because fuck AI. And new town creators better not ask us to come. I mean, yeah, there are some newer creators who are, as good as most of the old creators. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, it's not as good as it was in the past. No, I mean, there are some phenomenal cartoonists around right now. Hate AI? Yeah, AI sucks. Like, I do read, there are a fair number of webcomics that I read. And, like, do Life is Strange? I mean, probably not. Yeah, I mean, there are, like, webcomics I read where the creators are every bit as good as any older creator. Hey, Sandra. Very disappointed that Agents of the Realm will never get completed, but the cartoons behind that one went through an absolute fucking shit show in her personal life and professional life. Actually, uh, things got super bad for her for a while. And she's basically just like no longer interested in doing comics at all. Understandable. But hi Kaylee. Like that one was a great comic. I'm gonna miss that one. Tom Siddell of Gunner Craig Court. He does great work. Hot tub. Nope. Having snails for dinner. It's a delicacy. Hey, Gus Gus. I say no to everything. Exactly. That's the way to go. Collector comic book. I mean, don't know about that. I don't think it'll ever be like. I mean, like it was always like a dedicated but small following. So one and only one brand of grocery store muffins. They're not bulk muffins. It's a 6-pack. How can a 6-pack be bulk? Like, how can a 6-pack of muffins be bulk? It's just a 6-pack. That's normal. Bulk would be like 30 muffins. Follow me wherever I may go. Oh, thanks, Killface. But what if I'm going to the bathroom? Don't follow me into the bathroom. I mean, if I end the stream early, if I end the stream extra early, then that'll probably be why. What? For a deuce, yeah. Because I did have a big supper. I had a big supper, so I might have to poop. Yeah. Thila's. Chicken bruschetta, uh, some Greek potatoes, rice, and Greek salad. You have to leave us for 20 minutes. Kitty does all. I mean, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm also tired, so it won't be a long stream tonight anyway. I'm tired enough that I'm not going to be going for 2 hours tonight. Feel weird. Not yet, but it's only a matter of time. Go live with her. I'm going to be fat. Yep. I mean, I'm already there. Normally poop when you wake up. Not when I get up now. It's usually later in the evening that I poop. My poops usually come later. All the beast in this corner of YouTube. Indeedly doodly. Perfect. I am absolutely not perfect. Counterpoints? I don't. Counterpoints. Which one is ContraPoints? I forget if ContraPoints is a good one or not. What kind of content does ContraPoints do? Cultural commentary from the left? Okay. 3-hour video on Twilight. What was her take on Twilight? Like, what was her overall? What was the overall takeaway from her 3-hour analysis of Twilight? Which is definitely a like. You don't need to spend 3 hours analyzing Twilight. I'm pretty sure that's more time than the actual writer spent thinking about that book. Frankly, or that book series. Goes off on tangents, talks about broader themes. My overall thoughts, my overall take on Twilight is reading's good. I am pro reading. If people enjoy Twilight, cool, good on them. I'm glad they found something they enjoyed reading. I've never read any of Twilight now. Don't think it's my kind of book. Just read 50 Shades and it was terrible. But I gave it a shot. I read 100 pages. I remember back in college. Hey, Benji. When I was in college, one of the classes was there were readers advisory classes, and yeah, as part of each of the readers advisory, we had to pick a book, go up, and present it. One of the girls in my class chose 50 Shades of Grey, specifically so she could shit all over it as an example of how not to engage in kink. I have a persona, but I can't find a designer. Her view on Twilight or on 50 Shades was basically that it was a presentation of an abusive relationship. The book I presented for the adult readers advisory was pretty deadly, which hadn't actually the first volume hadn't actually finished at that point, which is a shame, just because the final issue really tied a lot of stuff together. Like, it really completed some themes. Couldn't even watch the movie, so unrealistic. I don't think it's meant to be realistic. Harry Potter. I never cared about Harry Potter. It was always it was super popular, and I was contrarian. My mom got a diner. She likes to get like just the diner from Philo's. She likes the diners. She also got a side order the Greek potatoes, but the diner filled her up too much, so she wasn't able to eat many of the. She wasn't really able to eat any of the potatoes, but she will reheat them later. She'll reheat them tomorrow and probably have them for the next couple days. Yeah, have them on the sides of her meals for a couple days. They're really good. The Greek potatoes are really good. I'm watching a movie. I want to feel connected some way. Been a while since I watched a movie. The Boy and the Heron. I did watch that one not too long ago, I suppose. But it wasn't that long since I watched The Boy and the Heron. Yeah, good question. What movie? Is it porn? Are you watching porn, Uncle Buck? There's some pretty good porn movies. Mickey 17. Unfamiliar with that one. Oh, I have heard of that one actually. I think I did hear about that one. 50 Shades is dumb. Uncle Buck is great. Robert Pattinson from Twilight. Hey, Gabrielle. Feeling any better? Nope. Actually, I suppose the last movie I watched was the Sailor Moon R movie. So I think that one was only like an hour long. The next movie I watch will be the Sailor Moon S movie. What does R stand for? Nothing. It's just to differentiate it from another season. Each season has like it's yeah. There's first season is Sailor Moon, second season is Sailor Moon R, third season Sailor Moon S, fourth is Sailor Moon Super S, and then final season is Sailor Moon Stars. So it's just each season gets its own designation. I don't think the stars. I think it is sort of meant to represent sort of the plot, but the rest is just nothing. 40 people watching should say hi in chat. It's fine if they don't. They are under no obligation. Be pleasing if they did say hi. Flappy. Eh. If they just want to lurk and watch, then they're allowed. I don't know how to say this. Sure, it's only my channel. What do I get? What do I have to? I have no stake. Having a nervous breakdown? Any particular reason? Or just one of those days? Disneyland or Disney World? No. I've basically never really been to the US. There's a mall right across the border, Messina. Like there's a town right across the border, like right on the other side of the border, Messina, in upstate New York, very upstate. Like 30 minutes from the border, so it is like just right across. We used to go to the mall there. When I was a kid, we went to the mall there pretty regularly. You love some of the rides? Eh. I'm honestly not that big on rides. Yeah, whenever we used to go to like the carnival would be in town, I never really liked the rides. Bumper cars notwithstanding. Indeed, Buttercup, that is exactly correct. Cooking your dinner. Nice, nice. In my head a lot. Yep, I know that. I know that feeling. Are you cooking snails? Because they're a delicacy. Escargot. I feel hecticana. So that's what y'all last November, and I'm bored silly. It's so real. Like that is like, yeah, it's so like being unemployed is so fucked up. What do you guys do if you didn't have to work? I have no fucking idea. Like some days I have no fucking idea how to kill time. Rather eat a rubber band. I mean, same kinda. Supposed to go outside, but I just stay inside. Same. Fuck outside. Can we get a place where you could chat with friends and watch videos and play games? I mean, I do watch videos on YouTube, and I do play some games on Steam. I'm still recording. I'm still recording Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, worried about it. I I am generally concerned about her. Just in general. Stop lying, Buttercup. People are gonna think you're being serious. I went to my mom's, and me and my mom ordered Filos. That was something Killface said too. Yeah, so like, yeah, fucking. What do I fucking care if people think? What do I fucking care if the reaction channels take you seriously? The reaction channels are convinced to pick up at the airport, which is funny because again, I don't have a car. I don't have a driver's license. I don't actually own a hot air balloon. I'm not sure if they think I was serious about the hot air balloon thing. I don't actually have a hot air balloon. I don't know how I wouldn't know how to fly a hot air balloon. Also, I'm scared of heights. Of course I'm not gonna take a hot air balloon. I'm fucking scared of heights. Being in a hot air balloon, would be like be laying on the ground. I'd be laying on the floor of the basket, just cowering. I mean, like if it was completely enclosed with just windows, that I could handle. They'd be allowed to land in a hot air balloon in an airport anyway. True, that is actually true. Hey, my Tate. Yeah, I mean, I guess like if the hot air balloon was like completely enclosed and just with like windows, that I could actually handle it. That said, I feel like there'd be like medical issues with that. I feel like there'd be like health concerns with that. Like a blimp. Yeah, but a balloon. Talk about the glass elevator from Willy Wonka. We know she's stealing in your hot tub. Because like I feel like there's a reason that the baskets on hot air balloons are open. Gus Gus! Thank you for $10 super chat, Gus Gus the cat. Where's everybody from? I'm from Surprise, Arizona. I'm from Canada, Southern Ontario. Anyway, sitting from the AC vent. As it happens, the AC vent is really pretty much just above the hot tub. Hey, months. So open baskets is part of the charm for people who want to go in them. I'm just saying, like, Locate under a bed with NLP sheets on it. Understand, like, I'm scared of unenclosed heights. Like I said, being on an airplane, I'm fine. Go up to the top of the CN Tower? Yeah, that's fine. No problem. I'm pretty sure I could go up a skyscraper and just look out the window and be like, ooh, nice. It's fine. It's fine. But, no. Cornwall, Ontario. But just second step on a step ladder, I get nervous. Literally, the second step is when I start to get nervous. Some Ontario people. To be fair, some of them are lying, Gus. Some of the people claiming to be from Ontario are lying. Because they think it's funny to just lie. On a fire in a very remote area. We never lie here. Everything I say is a lie. Except that. And that. And that. $16 away from you, not including bathroom breaks. Fan of Canada's Fairies. From Hawaii, but now in California. Everything I say is a lie except for what's true. Alternatively, everything I say is true except for the lies. Alternatively, everything I say is true. Even the lies, especially the lies. Deep Space Nine reference! Woo! I just made a Deep Space Nine reference. Because who doesn't like a good Deep Space Nine reference, you know? Illinois. Come on, feel the Illinois. Went to walk in my neighborhood. Got to get some outside time or I'll go batty. Suppose I did get some outside time today. The walk to my mom's and then the walk home. Going on a walk outside in nature. Ew, why? Sounds gross. Fresh air is wonderful. Overrated. Fresh air is overrated. going on a walk or getting fresh air. Same here. I did have to today. I did have to get fresh air today. And I'm not happy about it. Can't really leave my house, but I like opening windows. Sounds like something Asmongold would say. I don't I don't know who Asmongold is, but it sounds like a fantasy name. It sounds like a character from like Baldur's Gate. So that clip of him on Twitter drinking a sip of water and then having to chase it with soda. Chasing water with soda, that's just fucked up. I am texting nobody, Athy. No blinks. See, no blinks. I'm just kind of browsing. It's mostly because, like, I think it's an ADHD thing. I'm gonna blame my ADHD. It's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I just always feel like I don't know that I do need to do something. Don't remember always being in the phone. I suspect being unemployed for so long is probably exacerbating my ADHD. Is probably what's happening because I'm so much more bored. So I do honestly feel like my ADHD is getting worse. It's not fun. As I said, that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Attention span's shitty. Yeah. I'll tell you eventually. I'll teach you to suck eggs. Hi, Tiny T. Take advantage of free healthcare until too. Doesn't really cover, or at least it doesn't. It's not great coverage for mental health care. It's like an ADHD assessment. I'm pretty sure I'd have to pay out of pocket. Or an autism assessment. What's wrong? Eh. Much as I hated working, much as every job I've had made me miserable, um, and I don't want to go back to the place I was at before, but being unemployed for this long is just kind of fucking with my head. I have tried therapy, my Sharona. Um, I don't know. Hey, Crimson Knight. I've been unemployed. Mid-December. I think that's what you're looking for. Mostly remote. Mostly like customer service shit. Go work at a gas station within walking distance. Yeah. I could go work on the I could go work on the street corner with your mom. No. No, that one's just there's no reason for that one. You stuck yourself. Yeah. Sometimes it's funnier to like not finish a joke. Okay. Because I don't feel like I'm capable of a Mick job. Like I don't feel capable of like fast food. Too fast paced for me. Snail picks are free. Give more room than I think. No, I'm not. Try data entry. I do keep an eye for data entry jobs as well. I do keep an eye out for those jobs. Hey, Brooka. Stocking shelves. I'm not great at physical stuff. back to school. Hey, Chrissy. Um, there are programs, but I wouldn't qualify for the programs to have school paid for. So I would have to pay for it. I have not played Final Fantasy VII. I will play Final Fantasy VII. And yes, there is also the fact that I'm not a good student. That collector is pretty good. You have to make yourself uncomfortable. But my general state of existence is discomfort. Played that game at least twice, played all the remakes. What was it I saw earlier? Come on, where is it? Yeah, there was a joke I saw earlier. I want to get the exact phrasing. Dang it, it's further back than I thought. Come on. Hey, Tiffy. Still in my world? Nothing. Need to wait a few more weeks before there will be anything at least any different. Here we go, yeah. I need money. I need to earn money to live, but I'm fundamentally unsuited to earning money and also, arguably, to living. It's from the Daily Tism. And if that didn't hit entirely too hard. It's waiting for death to take you. Pretty much. Yeah, don't want to change from cold hard cash yet. My job is the seventh circle of hell. Are you terrified of death? Yes, I am. Honestly, if I was better at math, if I was better with numbers, then accounting probably wouldn't be that bad for me. but I'm not great with numbers, and I never, and obviously, yeah, I never got, I never got the, never went for like qualifications for to be an accountant. So, like I don't apply for any accounting jobs because I'm not qualified. They always want people who've like got accounting degrees. So like the licenses. So doing. I mean, I'm 40. Worked towards an accounting license. What I want to do? Work in a library. I'd want to work in a library. That'd be my ideal. But super stressful. Is it? Because I'm not actually great with stress. Younger than you, Tanya. Hmm. Don't feel young, master. Nah, it's between the cost and the fact that I just suck as a student. Online courses for coding. If there's no point to anything, then what do you have to lose by being my friend? My dignity? I'm joking. Anyway, on a completely different topic, dignity is overrated. Not wrong. Anyway, on a completely different topic, I think I am going to take a break from How to Date a Magical Girl for a couple months. I know we are close to the end, but I don't think we're close enough for me to finish it before we get to before Date Everything comes out. I don't think we'll finish it in the next 2 weeks. And I do want to start in on Date Everything once it releases. Can I cry? Buck, I'm gonna cry. Buttercup, thank God. That was released. It releases June 17th. So yeah, we'd only have 2 more weeks of it. 2 more weeks before it comes out. It's time to finish the game I hate. We've got enough of the game. I feel like we've got just enough of Magical Girl left that I don't think we'd finish before it comes out. Big super chats and YouTube for extra money. I'm sorry, Uncle Buck. We will finish the game. It's just, we'll do a few weeks of date everything. And then we'll get back to How to Date a Magical Girl. And then, depending on how we're doing in Date Everything, we might go back to that. I think this is... All right, fine. We'll finish Magical Girl, and if it takes longer than 2 weeks, then we'll just... Fine, we'll finish How to Date a Magical Girl. If I need to delay starting on Date Everything, then we'll delay starting on Date Everything. Gwen Stefani is promoting a Tucker Carlson prayer app. Oh, that's so gross. Shame on Gwen Stefani for that. I'm a trad Catholic person. Yes. The app is called Hallow. Yeah, that's very disappointing about Gwen Stefani. That said, I was never a big fan of her. Yeah, there are a couple of No Doubt songs I liked back in the day. Like Just a Girl was a bop. Even for the time, Just a Girl and I felt sort of like lyrically it's a bit weird, but it is a bop. Spiderweb, yeah, not a song. That's not one of the songs on my computer. Like I don't have the yeah. Spiderweb came on, I wouldn't mind. Like I wouldn't object to Spiderweb if it came on. It's just not a song that I actively search out. Yeah, it is a bop. You miss Cove, exactly. Unfortunately, no revisiting Cove. Banab. It's Banab. And yes, there's Cove. Yeah, like aside from Just a Girl, there's no songs by No Doubt that I particularly enjoy. And her solo stuff I was never into. So I continue to luck out in that the people whose work I actually enjoy never really seem to be all that shitty as people. I'm very fortunate that way. Like I never hear bad stories about. I mean, to be fair, I never hear anything about them at all, but Heartless Bastards. I never hear anything bad about anyone from the Heartless Bastards. Amanda Palmer. I mean, a couple of her songs. Do It With a Rock Star is genuinely a great song. And like there were a couple other songs that I kind of liked by her. And I think maybe a couple, there might have been a couple by the Dresden Dolls. But again, not someone that I was particularly keen on. And yeah, she seems to be a piece of shit. And like she's like even before the game and shit, um, people did not like did not like her. Like even before that, a lot of people thought she was kind of trash. Her use of the N word especially pissed people off. We're talking about Amanda Palmer. So yeah, again, I liked a couple of her songs, but she wasn't someone I was particularly interested in. When she is inward on stage. Hey, Sabin. I don't remember, but I think it might have been like during like a interview or something like that, like, or in a song. I don't remember exactly. So yeah, Amanda Palmer turning out to be trash. I mean, it's disappointing when anyone turns out to be trash, especially a rock star turning out to be trash. Kathleen Hanna still seems to be cool though. Just saying. Just saying. And nobody's talking about Kathleen Hanna being engaged in sexual assaults or transphobia or anything like that. From live once and is honestly incredible. Nobody's good. There are people with stories to share about Kathleen Hanna, but it's like she got in a fist fight with Courtney Love once, and like that's just fucking rock and roll. Like that's just Kathleen Hanna and Courtney Love getting in a fist fight. That's not bad on either. Like I don't like. I'm not mad at either of them. That's fucking rock and roll as fuck, man. Saw photos from her live shows where she'd get naked and dance with goats on her body. Ooh, Palmer? Stevie Nicks is the best female rock artist ever. I mean, she's a big one. But I mean, Joan Jett? Joan Jett was way more rock than Stevie Nicks was. Like, no disrespect to Nicks, but I mean, she was sort of she was sort of poppier. And folkier, honestly. This is from her. They play. I mean, Joan also plays guitar. And to be clear, yeah, I'm not bad mouthing Stevie Nicks. But they were a sort of softer rock than Joan Jett, who was a very hard rock, a punk rock. Good night, Tanya. Grace Slick. Who was? I honestly forget who Grace Slick was. What band she was in. All right, Jefferson. I couldn't remember Jefferson. Yeah. I mean, she was definitely a big psychedelic person. That Benatar. I think if you're talking about like the queen of rock and roll, I think it has to be Joan Jett. Like if you obviously you don't need to pick just one. Dating tour with some 80s hair band, on a great show. Like there's no need to pick just one. But if you do need to pick just one as like the rock and roll lady, like the single queen of rock and roll. If you need one single queen of rock and roll, I do think it's got to be Joan Jett. Because she just rocked so damn hard. Janis Joplin was. The thing with Joplin was amazing. But she died too young to be the queen. She didn't have a long enough career. Obviously, huge. And like just and one of those voices, like every time you hear Janis Joplin, it's holy shit. Every time you listen to a Janis Joplin song, it's a holy shit moment. Never married because I was married to my guitar and music. Hey, Girl Scout. So like you can't go with Joplin. Much as you may want to. Much as I actually thought of Joplin as well. I did think of Janis as well. I was thinking, well, maybe Janis, but I was like, no, she died too young. She wasn't around long enough. Joan Jett, she was around in the 70s. Like, Jett kicked off in the 70s with the Runaways. And then, her solo career and like with the Blackhearts and her solo work. I don't think longevity is make or break. No, but if you're talking about like the queen, the number one, what about Blondie? The issue with calling Blondie the queen of rock is she did every fucking genre. Blondie was not just rock. She was every goddamn genre that it was possible to do, including rap. She did a fucking rap song. Like, Blondie was like Debbie Harry is one of those people who's just like, oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, well, I can do that. She's ridiculous in that sense. Like, just why is she that good at every fucking thing she does? Why is she that good at every genre she tries to tackle? Disco? Oh, Killed is a disco singer. Rock? Sure, I'll rock like nobody's business. Rap? Sure, why not? Courtney Love over Joan Jett? Joan Jett is better than Courtney Love. I love Courtney Love. Don't get me wrong. I do really enjoy Courtney Love's music. Hole is a great band. They did, like, Hole is great. Courtney Love's solo stuff is great. In terms of, like, just personal preference, in all honesty, yeah, I prefer Courtney Love's stuff over Joan Jett's. Like, genuinely, I honestly, I do actually prefer Courtney Love over Joan Jett. But Joan Jett's the queen. I think she's a fabulous actor. Yeah, she's a good actor. Courtney Love is definitely a rock and roll princess. But like one of those princesses who's kind of an embarrassment to the monarchy because she's always drinking and misbehaving. But yes, Joan Jett is, I would argue, if there needs to be, like I said, if there needs to be a queen of rock and roll, I do think that Joan Jett is the one who goes there. Because she rocked hard, hugely influential, very hard rock. You'll probably never experience only putting a dime in a jukebox. I mean, who the hell uses jukeboxes anymore? Um, and yeah, and like Joan, like just was rock. You know, a lot of the others sort of did a bunch of different genres. Joan Jett was just full on rock your ass off. And you know, ballads and shit like that as well, but mostly just the fucking like take Janice over Joan. Not sure which I prefer over Janice and Joan. They're both good in their own ways. Sick machines. You know, like Heart. I don't really listen to Heart, honestly. You know, like Janice had that voice. But I mean, Joan's always been kind of a powerhouse as well. Goo Goo Dolls. Nah. You know, Joan, she doesn't have that kind of screech, that scream of that Janice had, but she is kind of a powerhouse singer. Like she's got the attitude. She's like Joan Jett walks on stage and she just fucking owns it. Like I think that's what Joan Jett's got is the presence. I think she's actually got even more of a presence than Janice had. Janice had a voice that would stop you dead in your tracks. Joan Jett had a has a presence that would stop you dead in your tracks. Against me? Not really my kind of thing. You know, she just had the attitude. And actually, I think that puts her above like the likes of Nick's about that attitude that Joan always had. She always had the most rock attitude possible. Dolls had some good early songs. Take another piece of my heart. I mean, that's amazing. Ball and Chain is amazing. And like I said, I mean, basically, anytime you hear a Janis Joplin, I mean, like, there's a lot of Janis Joplin songs. I don't. There's only a couple of Joplin songs that I have on my computer, but like I said, anytime you hear a Janis song, anytime you hear her sing, it's a holy shit moment. Even when even when it's a song you've heard a bunch of times before. Yeah, I've heard "Piece of My Heart" plenty of times. Still never really expect that voice, that Benatar. Not someone I actually really listen to. Pretenders. Again, not someone I really listen to. Pretenders. Were they the ones who did 500 miles? Guess not. I'm going to be Proclaimers. It's the Proclaimers who did 500 miles, which is a fucking banger. So yeah, the Pretenders I don't listen to. But 500 miles by the Proclaimers, that song's great. I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. Hey, Uncle Buck. The band Pomplamoose did a really good mashup cover mashup of Every Breath You Take and 500 Miles. Any interest? It's really good. I do definitely recommend checking out Pomplamoose, Every Breath plus 500 Miles. Daughter just did a fantastic performance of Suddenly Seymour at her high school. Nice. Nice. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to get going. I'm going to get going for now. So thanks for watching. And good night, everybody.